Every human being's time of death is predetermined. No matter how much effort a person makes, they cannot change the fate written by Allah. There are many examples of this, but a recent incident has shocked the entire world. When you hear it, you might get goosebumps. It happened that a Muslim man was declared dead by doctors 6 times, yet every time, he came back to life. Yes, this is true. When millions of Muslims around the world heard this news, they called it a miracle. Let's start from the beginning so you can decide for yourself whether it was truly a miracle or not. The man who cheated death 6 times was named Ismail Aji, living in a small village in Tanzania. However, despite being medically declared dead, coming back to life became a terrifying experience for him, as people began to fear him, thinking he was not human, but a ghost. Their fear was somewhat understandable. The first time Ismail died was in an accident. Doctors declared him dead and he was placed in the morgue, but before the final rites could begin, he came back to life. Ismail later described that first experience, saying he felt extremely cold, and when he got up and started walking, his family was so terrified that they thought he was a ghost. The second time, he died from malaria, and when doctors again declared him dead, his relatives prepared for his burial. But as he was being dressed in the burial shroud, he came back to life again. Later, Ismail was declared dead 3 more times. Once in a car accident, once from a snake bite, and once after falling into a sewer and being injured, and each time he came back to life, astonishing everyone. The most shocking incident happened when terrified neighbors attacked and burned his house down, during which he died once more. He was kept in the morgue for 3 days after being declared dead, yet even then he came back to life. When the story was reported by international media, many, especially Muslims, called it a miracle, while his neighbors insisted he was a ghost. This fear drove them to burn down his house. Following this incident, even his family and close friends abandoned him, leaving him to live a lonely life. Speaking about repeatedly coming back to life, Ismail said that every time he died and returned, his body felt strange, and people treated him badly, calling him a ghost.